Hello, and welcome to day 18 of our Bible reading plan. We are in chapters 19, 20, and 21. In these chapters, we see two accounts of fear. The first account is with Lot, and these men come to Sodom after being with Abraham. They come to Sodom and they want to camp out in the town square. Lot comes to them, urges them to come inside. They refuse. He urges them again, and they turn aside. While in Lot's house, the men of the city start pressing in on Lot in his home, and they want to do wicked things to the angels, to the men that come into the city. Lot then tries to give up his daughters instead, which is a horrible thing. And the angels intervene, and they strike the men with blindness. And these men were so determined to do these wicked acts that they wear themselves out just looking for the door. Later that evening, the angels urge Lot to grab his family and everybody that he can to flee, to get ready to go. And so Lot tries to tell his sons-in-law, and they just think he's joking, so they blow him off. Later that morning, the angels tell Lot to hurry up, but he lingers, and so then they just hurriedly grab Lot, his wife, and his two daughters, and they flee. And they tell Lot to go into the valley of the hills, but Lot refuses, and he begs them to let him escape to the city, which is later called Zoar. So they let him do that. Once they're in Zoar, the destruction of Sodom takes place, and Lot's wife looks back and is turned into a pillar of salt. After Sodom is destroyed, Lot then is afraid to live in the city of Zoar, and in fear he flees to the cave, to a mountain, to a cave. And it is there that his daughters devise a wicked plan as well. And the oldest has a son by her father and names him Moab, which is similar to a Hebrew word for from father. So in a way, she even named her son in honor of this wicked deed. The younger daughter had a son named Ben-Ami, and both of these became fathers of the Moabites and the Ammonites, who later become Israelites' enemies. So once all of these take place, we're then taken to see Abraham. And Abraham journeys to the Negeb, where he meets Abimelech, and he passes his wife off as his sister again out of fear. And Abimelech takes her in, but God warns him of what he's about to do, and Abimelech obeys the Lord. And Abimelech confronts Abraham of his cowardice, and they come to a reconciliation, and they make a promise to deal kindly with each other. During this time, or shortly after rather, Sarah then has Isaac, and she responds in a sarcastic way, and she's laughing about it, and Hagar does as well. And Sarah has Hagar kicked out. But God and Abraham both have compassion on her, and God commands Abraham to give her water and food before she leaves. And on her way to Beersheba, she's in the wilderness, and they run out of those provisions. And she sets Ishmael under the bush to die, and she wanders off farther so that she doesn't have to hear him. But during that time, God hears Ishmael's cry, and he sends an angel who then saves Hagar and Ishmael, leads them to water, and God then is seen dwelling with Ishmael as he grows and he becomes adept at a bow. And he is promised, to be a father of a great nation. After these events, Abraham and Abimelech have another confrontation over a well that Abimelech's servants had raided and seized. And it's there that Abraham presents another covenant and plants a tree in honor of the everlasting God. I believe in Hebrew it's pronounced El Olam. And that concludes 19 through 21, the events of those chapters. But something that I draw from that is, these two accounts of fear, one from Lot and one from Abraham. Lot is seen trying to preserve self, trying to run away out of fear, to save himself, and a great sin is the result of it. And then Abraham responds in fear, but then he owns up to his mistakes, and he makes reconciliation. But most importantly, I see that when Abraham calls God the everlasting God, no matter what chaos is in our lives, or even the chaos we create in our own lives, God is there, and God remains everlasting. And so that's a great encouragement to me as I read these chapters. And I hope you have a good day, and I hope you watch tomorrow's video. Thank you.